set them free.
Azadi, 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 set them free.
Thank you. Whoa! The next speaker is Snehal, who is a faculty at the University of Texas and also representing Socialist International. Snehal.
So I'm here. My Farsi is not very good. I'm going to try a chant in Farsi at the end, but you'll bear with me if I get it wrong. I'm here because I was inspired by the protests that were taking place in Iran, and I discovered a blog that I had to share with you. A young woman describing her experience participating in the protests that happened in early June. And the reason that this is important is because it teaches you a lesson that democracy in Iran will not be delivered by the United States, which has put sanctions on a country for very long. Democracy in Iran will not be delivered by the United Nations, which has put sanctions on Iran. Democracy will not be brought by the likes of Rafsanjani, who have made profits off of the people of Iran. Democracy in Iran will only come from the people of Iran fighting for their rights, protesting in the streets, demanding democracy, and exposing the crimes of Ahmadinejad every chance they get. So this is what this young woman wrote, and I thought that this was truly inspiring and should inspire all of us to come out to protests and vigils and rallies like this demanding freedom. This is what she wrote on June 13th. Vanag Square will not remind me of friendly rendezvous for New Year's shopping anymore. It will be that place where during election 2009, the streets, sidewalks, and parks belong to people from every background. Azadi will no longer be an ugly street in Tehran with a beautiful name good only for midday naps in the backseat of a cab. I walked the street alongside thousands of people who raised their hands in the air victoriously. Azadi Street symbolizes that long march, say 30 years long, with my countrymen and women who long for freedom. Rooftops are no longer places where you plant your satellite dishes or line dry your clothes, but a place where you shout out all you have kept inside these years within the confines of your four walls. On the rooftop, the city is my four walls. Allahu Akbar is no longer a religious slogan in a different language, but the cry of protest when no other cry is possible. It now stands for justice. The state radio and television is no longer the place where worthless sitcoms and miniseries, unimportant news items, and sport news are broadcast. It is now the domain of that demi-monster that comes out of hiding every night through lies and fiction and tries to scare us. My university professor is no longer that boring, middle-aged man who finds it difficult to leave his house to attend classes, but a theoretical accessory in the hands of those who are bent on destroying his house, turning his children into a red nightmare. Black and green are not my favorite colors anymore. Green stands for an exciting journey, even if a short one. Black stands for the violent end of that short journey. My cousin is no longer that 19-year-old headphone-wearing confused woman in depression, but a human being trying to change things for a better future. And the voice of Mohammad Reza Shajarian, no matter how difficult his music is to my ears, will represent the music of all the masses of Iran. For me, business as usual is over. I think that her message rings true for those of us in the United States who are fighting for democracy and rights here, and for those who are fighting for democracy and rights in Iran. We must remember that the movement in the streets is going to be successful and victorious if it has our support, and that is the way that real democracy will come to Iran. Thank you very much. So I'm going to try the chant in Farsi. Faryadi ma Irani, Azadi, Azadi. Irani, Azadi, Azadi. Faryadi ma Irani. Azadi, Azadi. Faryadi ma Irani. Azadi, Azadi. Thank you very much.